Sullivan Barrera. Dmitry Bivol.
We went over the instructions earlier. As a reminder, obey my commands at all times. Protect yourself at all times. Good luck. Touch him up.
Test Bivol and find out what Bivol is really all about.
Of course, the famed
Bivol, because he doesn't want to let B-type punches. When he hits you, your whole body jokes.
Of the heavily populated light heavyweight division.
Momentum in his favor that early.
And I'd say also he's the bigger puncher. But
Max, as we get ready,
I can understand why he wants to avoid that early contact.
And you're the bigger puncher. Doesn't mean there aren't things your opponent can do with timing. And using
round one, you're going to be leading us into a picture of the division, where the divisional Barrera lived on La Finca for several years.
He can get down to work after he gets out of that.
And better than any opponent Bivol has seen.
The water and finding out what happened.
Is still, after all these years, came back to control the entire rest of the fight.
Danger zone where he's been dropped twice in recent fights.
Rightly avoiding top competition. Makes a lot of sense. The only difference being Bivol is dangerous in two, and that may play in his favor. Here's Adonis Stevenson, a guy who has been more or less hiding in Montreal. Sergey Kovalev is considerably more prominent on a global level. 3 of the 4. That had to be about styles, because between 12, Barrera has a title belt.
Yeah, no one's scared in there.
No.
Two just outside his right eye.
Or did I see a headbutt?
The referee didn't declare the headbutt, so it must have been a punch.
13 at Bivol, facing a certain kind of
professionals going at it.
But the one who appears
Bivol seems to be, I agree, Roy.
Bivol is averaging 9 landed jabs per round. Round 2.
Why is this clash of heads continuing to happen? Two orthodox fighters.
The one who appears to be holding his game together coherently is
Dmitry.
Just a little bit. Just a little bit.
Money was less.
Guys, did anyone see what cause landed with much?
And he does that when he comes. But both guys are thinking high offense. When you get two guys thinking high offense like that, the heads will come together.
Offense here in this round. Already
for fighter. So I think he's a little bit more diverse than
fighter than he's been in with before, and trying to take over the fight with Barrera.
You okay?
And now
for the first time on our air.
And he's landing some moment.
Well, if we're looking for weaknesses in Bivol, who's not just kind of yielding, giving in, who is bringing blood flowing again.
All power, head, shoulders, everything is coming forward.
And now a sense of urgency may emerge for Bivol as blood
is counterpunching, son. I love the counterpunching I'm seeing from Bivol.
He cuts easily. I didn't see what caused that. I didn't see Barrera landing a responsible boxer puncher.
Again from the cut outside the right eye. So we get a spectacular amateur career for Bivol. 2 wins and 15 losses. So he has
Dmitry, work faster. 1, 2, 3 combinations. Easy, easy.
Round 4 of the scheduled 12. And it's just to get a look, just to size him up.
The better technician and lands with more pop. So when you see this a bit in boxing, it's just the way it works.
It's sent to him before he left the corner.
That was a good body shot.
Got the worst of, but not enough to draw blood. Had good things to say as well. As always, our unofficial ringside scorer, Harold Letterman. Harold, how do you have
exchanges? He's extremely dangerous as Barrera tries to ward him off.
Because Bivol is so much quicker than him, he's going a body attack, but he's not doing that. He's going.
When one fighter has a clear-cut advantage.
Straight right hand lead over the top by Dmitry Bivol.
Head. If he went to the body some, he could make a difference in his
fight. But at least gives him a chance to win.
And that's what the body shot would do if he could do it, and it's over with. Like that. He said, boom, 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 and it's over with. No wasted time. Wasted time.
Position to obscure his vision. He's in with a determined.
He lands both shots. He lands the left jab. He lands the straight right hand.
He lands the left jab. Staying in there, sturdy, handling big punches.
If you throw at his head, he's still like that right there.
Point. Let's see if Barrera will think of it.
Very discouraging for Barrera because he can't land a punch harder.
within the pass, under control. He lands another left hook that wobbles Barrera. Question is, how can he win a round against a guy
getting hit with the speed punches anyway? You may as well get something out of
fight. And a butt that Barrera got the worst. There's a straight fight. Somehow tilt the fight in his favor via counterpunching. And he's still trying.
And his feint jab, lead left hook. Wow. Barrera's trying to throw the left hook to the head. Boom, there's right hand.
Landing 6 punches per round. In his last 5 fights, he was averaging 16 punches.
The next day, Roy, he wakes up and knows he was in a real fight.
No, they've all been walkovers by and large.
This fight extremely well. But Bivol, you see, has a very good right hook upstairs.
Bivol throws a good one here and there, but their punches, for the most part, are about even.
From Barrera, how would he construct a knockout?
Well, winning the decision, and right now we're looking at how bad does Barrera want it. Because if he wants it bad enough.
When it looks like the exchange is over, Barrera gives him something to think about.
In terms of landed punches counted by CompuBox.
Dedicate these next few rounds to the body, then try to come up and land something big over the top.
Another attempted box answers now as round 6 progresses.
Bivol.
Oh, good shot.
Right hand shot by Bivol.
Sitting ducks or still targets. When you fight a guy like Bivol has lost a lot of steam on his punches right now, too, it seems, Max. Yeah. On some of them, not all of them.
6-0. 60-54, Dmitry Bivol.
Composed and together, he is a very compact puncher.
Still going forward, trying to get into position.
He uses his feet to gauge his distance very well, who also has quick hands along with that. Good body shot.
Now this time Barrera gets the right hand through to the body.
He's a little fatigued right now. That right hand still.
I mean, it's all Dmitry Bivol. If you watch the punches.
Issues. Like that right hand right there. And then the feet got him out of position to be countered.
Sullivan Lomachenko right now, I think, is the best example of a guy who
because of the body shots. You feel me?
So Barrera finding more.
That's why
Bivol lands the straight right again.
That's why.
There's a little given Barrera.
Hand to the body there moments ago. Maybe his best body shot so far.
The hand's going. The inside, you're hitting him, all right? You understand? The hook to the body all the time is there.
Against Sullivan Barrera.
Russia. You're thinking, well, yeah, but Barrera's done his damage with his head. But against Bivol, who can finish
the last round that said that Bivol had landed 55 jabs. Bivol begins to look a little bit like a golf ball. Yes, it's not together like this with the velocity and the style and the effect that
they're using it because it's being embarrassed in a way.
Exactly. Light heavyweight division. Sullivan Barrera has a pretty good jab. How big a problem is against Evander Holyfield?
He doesn't look like a hammerhead shark yet.
Past the 8th round only a few times.
Earlier in the round, Roy landed a real jabbing kind of right hand to
Bivol.
Oh, headbutt again.
Headbutt again.
That was a good try for a good right hand to the
hard
body.
right hand to the body.
Bivol also keeps his hands up very high, and he has quick hands.
Being tested physically in a way.
And all this.
Watch your headbutt.
And we're also by the younger, faster, seemingly better fighter may change as he appears to try to get just a little breather.
Yes, it looks like it was caused by a headbutt.
So usually when a guy has quick hands and keeps his hands high like that, it's very difficult to land a jab.
Language suggested that the fighter who got the worst of that headbutt, that equation, Bivol, again, tripling Barrera in terms Bivol had to react.
Oh.
And now he comes back with a hard right hand of his own. Throws it again.
In a fight last night. Good jab. Jim, I can't feel too bad either, though.
Max Kellerman correct in saying that the round in his last several fights.
I like that, Jim.
The left and the right hand in the first few rounds that no other opponent he's faced would have stayed in.
Right hand, right over the top of Barrera's jab. First couple rounds, Jim.
93 to Barrera 57 out of 469. Harold Letterman, I'm surprised you retired. I was focusing on what it was going to take.
So you got to learn how to take that same precision and sharpness with you.
a conscious realization on his part.
Last headbutt, it looked to me like Barrera was leading with his head a little bit, like he thought maybe.
Presents modestly, Max, but at the end of the day, you walk out of the room and there's
Well, based on this performance, more than
that Bivol's physical qualities, the speed, the quickness, the punching power, an extra layer of confidence.
Yeah, that adds an extra layer of confidence because now you know it. I just think that's kind of who Barrera is. And the way he punches right there.
But you know he's confident. And he's really, in other words, Bivol seems to me to still be developing.
He didn't try to tell Andre that he had enough to beat him.
He's outboxing him, and you know, you sort of punch that numbers, which are
in a big fight that you can handle that. That's not something that you've never seen before. So yes, that
maybe Bivol should throw more to the body.
Barrera.
A couple of good moments for Barrera there.
Good body shot.
This is the kind of developmental fight and the kind of fight where we are getting some answers from Bivol. So there's still room for improvement. But
good body shot.
What a body shot.
Kind of fights are important no matter how good a prospect looks. I think, Roy, you're right about staying as sharp. He's boxing well.
He's gotten 3 pretty vicious headbutts already. So why would you stick your head down up?
And then a stiff jab up the middle, and there's another stiff jab up the middle.
He would have been more impressive to many in terms of developing a prospect.
Staying strong and staying sharp as he was around 1.
6 or 7. He went from boxer puncher who might not.
Exactly. You win the fight very big with headshots. Why?
Bivol is 27 years old. Long
Right
amateur.
now, you see around 6, 7, and 8, he slowed just a little. Yes,
a little less dangerous with the shots.
Yes.
And especially since the first 2 I felt were really purely accidental.
268 wins and 15 losses as an amateur. Shot by Bivol.
Yes.
Perfectly timed. Right in the belly.
Double jab. Push him. Cut the ring off. Pressure. And let your hands go.
Advice, Sullivan Barrera. They touch gloves. I asked Bivol in the meeting, I said, you know, we always talk here in the United States. One of them a little bit younger, quicker, and more vibrant in there tonight. They all are as amateurs. Do you folks in Russia?
Folks, here it is.
Right now.
Kovalev.
Bivol still looking for a knockout, Roy. He said, oh, yes, absolutely. We start with
maybe over 600.
Listen, you know for how many years you turn on Olympic boxing or amateur boxing? Bivol, Barrera, Beterbiev. You want to see more American champions, we have to get our amateur. Oh!
Down goes Barrera. I still have a shot at a knockout. You can just see it in his face. Can Barrera get up? Is Harvey Doc going to let him continue? No. It's a stoppage, and Bivol gets the TKO in round number 12.
Jim, you identified just now what was so impressive about that.
141 of round 12. The end comes with a TKO victory for the winner, Dmitry